Hey everyone. Well, thanks for joining me. I have been bursting to do this video for a very long time. For those of you who are following me, I'm really passionate about sound frequency and I've been working with sound healing since 2001. And you know, for me, I'm always guided by the same question. What is the best choice? What is the best choice for food in my body? What is the best choice of products to put on my body? What is the best choice of clothes? What is the best choice of frequency? What is the best choice of giving that frequency to the body? That's a question that I love because it always guides me to offer the best to myself and to my clients. So I want to pose a question, and this is a video going out to all people who are working with sound healing. Maybe you're a practitioner, or maybe you're someone who likes to listen to meditation audios, but you're not maybe sure what you're getting. So I want to ask all the sound healers who are either watching live. Hey, thanks Nisa for joining. And for all of the sound practitioners who are watching after this stops being live. What is the frequency of your instruments? Did you get told by the person who sold you the bowls or the other instruments that you bought, which you were told were sound healing? Or maybe you bought a set of crystal bowls and you were told that they're a chakra set. But how does the body actually respond to these frequencies? I love asking this question. So, if we look at a lot of the sound healing instruments that are sold today, they're sold based on a piano scale. And if we look back in history and we see, when was the piano invented? Well, it was invented by Bartolomeo Cristofori. He was employed by one of the Medici family to make a piano in the early 1700s. So that is 300 years ago. But how long have humans been around? Have we been around longer than 300 years? Absolutely. And what are we actually tuned to? What are all of our cells tuned to? What are our organs tuned to? What are we tuning into the earth, etc.? And what is the earth tuned to? What is the universe tuned to? What are the planets tuned to? Would it be perhaps really good to give our body what it recognizes, what it finds useful, and ultimately what brings healing? For me, that's the real sound healing. I want to share with you a really funny story. I was doing a trade with someone here, and they had really expensive instruments. They were very proud of these 3 instruments, and they said they had spent over $11,000 on 3 instruments. They looked very pretty. They had very beautiful cases, and it was a crystal tuning fork, and it was 2 bowls. And I love to choose frequencies very wisely. I want to tune my body into something which resonates in my cells, which my body recognizes. So I asked him, I said, "Oh, can you tell me what the frequencies are?" And he looked a little bit embarrassed, and he said, "Oh, well, I don't know, but you can check with the guy who sold them to me." So we got on WhatsApp with the guy who was the rep for this big company in the States. And I'm not going to name the company, but it was super interesting to me. The person who was talking to me didn't know who I was. And so I said to him, so this violet flame crystal tuning fork that you've got here, is that tuned to a healing frequency? And if you go online, you can actually look at the healing frequency for ultraviolet. It's very powerful for cancer. So I was curious. And he said, oh no, we just call it the violet flame tuning fork because we colour it that. And so I was like, so this is just a decoration for the fork. It's not actually a tuning for the fork. And therefore it's not a sound healing instrument in that sense. It's not bringing healing like it could do. And then I asked him, and the two other instruments he's got here, what are they tuned to? And they were both piano notes. So I said, okay, thank you so much for letting me know. And then I asked him, how many sound healing practitioners do you have on your team? And he said, we don't have any sound practitioners on our team. We are all musicians. So again, I thanked him and we got off the call. And it surprised me, but it also upset me, because when I think of the thousands of dollars that this man had spent on instruments, that he was getting royally ripped off, $11,000 for 3 instruments, which weren't actually sound healing instruments. Why would you waste your money? So for me, this is really a gentle call out to all sound practitioners. Do you know the frequencies that you're working with? Have you checked your instruments? Because for me, if I know the frequency of the instruments that I'm working with, then I know the benefits I can give to my clients. And I also know that I can then create binaural beats with certain instruments together, or frequencies which work together as a summation tone instead of a difference tone, which is a binaural. So that would give me the best choice for clients. Wouldn't I want to do that? So this is a call out to all sound healing practitioners, and indeed anyone who is buying a sound healing instrument. Wouldn't you want the best choice? Would you choose if you knew that these frequencies had been scientifically researched? There were already modalities that existed that were using these frequencies, perhaps for insomnia, or learning disorders, or autism, or improving memory, or helping insomnia, or boosting beta endorphins, which is really good for pain. And the list goes on. Wouldn't that be a really good choice? And wouldn't that be the best way of investing your money in instruments? If you're interested to find out more, I'm passionate about the use of scientific frequencies, and I'm super excited to announce that I will be teaching live my online course, Leading Sound Journeys. I'll be teaching it live in person, and it's a 3-day practitioner training, and you'll get a chance to actually play with many of the instruments yourself and feel it for yourself. When we feel it, then we know it, and we know it can be true. Well, we know it is true for us because the body recognizes it. The body goes into an altered state. It starts to rebalance the brain. It starts to uplift our mood. It starts to move energy. We start to feel good. Well, if any of that speaks to you and you happen to be in Bali, I would love to share more with you. And if you aren't in Bali, but you are curious to find out more, you can check out the online course. So thanks so much for watching. And I'm going to be sharing more live videos very soon to talk more about my passion for sound frequency. Thank you. Where do I stop this? I've never done a live before.